Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for checking me out as always. Guys, where were you? Where were you this time last year? Were you better off than you are right now, or were you going through something? I'm pretty sure you guys can remember. I can't forget. Last year around this time, me and my brother had a fallout, and I hadn't spoken to him in over 8 months. And the reason why I'm bringing this up to you guys is because if you have not realized, there's so many different things going on around the world today that we are not promised tomorrow. And unfortunately, sometimes we have to go through difficult times to realize and appreciate and stop taking for granted our family members. God allows for these things to happen just so we can come together and get closer. Don't wait, guys. Don't wait till something tragically happens to be able to make a relationship that you can fix now better. Sometimes we're not promised that we can ask for forgiveness or even forgive those that have hurt us. So if you can be the first one to humble yourself down and say, hey, I'm sorry. Remember that in the Bible it says that if you humble yourself, that God will exalt those that humble themselves. So even if you feel that you're not at fault, it doesn't matter. Say you're sorry. Open the door for someone that is not strong enough to say that they're sorry first, and maybe you'll get what you're looking for. And then you can redeem the relationship for whatever reason it is. At this time last year, unfortunately, we had a fallout. 8-9 months later, I called him up. We had a conversation. We laughed. I was going through something personal, and he was there for me. And I am grateful for that. Had I not reached out to him, I wouldn't have had not only redeemed that relationship with him, but also had him help me out in my most difficult time. And I appreciate that. From August till now, my family and me have spent some time together. I spent some time with my mom. I have spent some time with, of course, my sister before she left. I have spent some time with my brother, and I have spent some time with my dad. Last week I told you guys about one of my cousins being at the hospital visiting his father who was in hospice. And I spoke about how hospice is basically them making you as comfortable as possible before you pass. And unfortunately, my cousin lost his father last week, Tuesday. But I think that, it happened, and I'm pretty sure he is hurting. And it's tough for him, but on his father lying in bed and going through the things that he was going through, there was people around him that were being healed, and it was amazing to watch. And we were blessed to spend whatever time we had with him, and I'm pretty sure his sons, were grateful they were able to see him when he was coherent versus the last couple of days. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is that don't wait for something drastic to happen to mend a relationship with any family member. My grandmother used to always say, don't leave for tomorrow what you can do today. Well, it's so true. Guys, if you can do it today, do it today. Because tomorrow, we don't know if we're going to make it to tomorrow or if they're going to make it to tomorrow. I know it sounds harsh, but it is so true. Think about all the things that are happening around us every day. We've had so many hurricanes in the last couple of months. I mean, we had Irma, we had Maria, we had Matthew. We had this one not too far away from here in the Florida Panhandle, Michael, which was devastating. These people are waking up today and probably in an apartment because their house is no longer there. probably in a hotel room or probably in a family member's house. Or some of them are waking up to realize that they lost a loved one due to these tragic events. Guys, don't wait. Don't wait to fix your relationship with that certain someone that you love today. It is something that we don't realize. We just take for granted the friendship, the family members that we have, and we just assume that they're going to be there no matter what. And that's never the case. We don't know. We don't know. Anything can happen. I'm so grateful to the relationship that I'm having now with my mom and with my family overall. I've always been closed in. I've always kept to myself, and I just recently opened myself to everyone. I've opened my heart to everyone. I've opened my house to everyone. I've allowed to be healed and to be forgiven, and also forgive those that that did things to me. I'm not dwelling in any of that stuff, and I'm just moving forward, and it's been blessed. It's been a blessing road. Things are on the up and up, I remember the first 2 months of me just starting in this wanting to mend my relationship with everyone around me. And my brother and my sister and my mom, they all came here and spent some time with me in my apartment. I've been living in this apartment for a little over a year now, and the only one that was with me or spent time with me here was my brother. And he came here with his girlfriend and a friend of his, who's an amazing young boy, or he's becoming a man now, real good kid. And they came here and they visited me, and I accepted them, and I said a couple words to this young kid by the name of Gio, because I saw him and it reminded me of me when I was lost, when I didn't know what was happening, where was I going and how to go about doing these things. When you don't have a male role model in your life, it's difficult as a man. You don't know what to do, where you're going, and you don't know how to ask for help. You're just trying to live day by day and hope that you'll get it straight one day. Well, Gio, this young kid, he was in my house, and I just said a couple nice things to him and told him that it'll be okay, that he is going to turn out to be a great man someday. I believe that. And after the little party we had here or whatever, the following day my brother calls me up and says that he's at my house waiting for me. And I come up the steps after coming out of work, and his girlfriend, my mom, and my brother were standing at the top of the steps holding a brand new mattress with box spring and the frame. And I stood back and I didn't know what to say. First I was embarrassed, I was mad, I asked why, and I just didn't know how to act. But I had been sleeping on the floor for over a year. I didn't think anything of it, but they took it upon themselves to buy me a bed because this young man by the name of Gio decided to say that no one should be sleeping on the floor, especially me. He thought to himself that I was family, and this is what family do. And so he took it upon himself, along with my brother's girlfriend, and got some money together, and they bought me a brand new bed. This small little detail was so big for me because I know their situation. I had a conversation with my brother when I was going through my things, and yet he was going through his own things, but he didn't mention a word of it because he was there to listen to what I was going through. And only after I went through what I went through and he helped me out, I was able to listen to his own personal issues. And seeing the bed was so emotional for me because they were doing something that they didn't have the means to do it. But because they felt in their heart that because we were family, that family should be there for one another. And they bought that because they felt that I should have been sleeping in a bed versus on a floor. It's amazing to me that they took that upon themselves, knowing that they were going through their own issues. But sometimes, guys, it is those small little details that you can do for someone, for a loved one. Going into their house and possibly just bringing some food, possibly just giving them a couple dollars, possibly just coming by and saying hello, because you don't know what they're going through. And it is true, that's what families are for, to help one another, to love each other. The best way to overcome hate is love, guys. It is love. And some of us have a lot of things to offer one another that the other person doesn't have, and vice versa. And if you can put all your animosity aside and decide to love those around you that are your family members that did you wrong, and just say, hey, it's okay, I'm sorry, and move on from it, you will be blessed, guys, for that. You will. And it's a healthy way to keep in touch with your families. Overall, they're your family. They're your blood. And even if they're not your family, if they're your friends that you spend time with them since you were a kid, call them, talk to them, see how they're doing. They might need a shoulder to cry on. I have been blessed to be able to spend time with my dad, to call him, to talk to him. I'm so proud of the relationship we have, because everybody that sees us says that we're like brothers. It's not even like he's my father and I'm his son, because of the way we interact with each other. And I'm proud to say that he is my dad. My dad wasn't around my life as I was a kid. I had a lot of people around me and a lot of people that took part in my life, cousins, aunts, uncles, and friends that took the place of that father figure. But I can say today that it made me who I am. But in the time that I have had the opportunity to spend time with my dad, I loved him before, no matter what was going on, and I always held him on a pedestal. And even today, I love him even more. He's been with me through thick and thin. Every time I'm going through an issue, I can talk to him. And he, listens to me, and we talk and we laugh, and we have a lot of good times that we can remember and talk about. Those are memories that are never going to go away. And those are memories that you guys can make with your own family members. Whether it's your father, your mother, your sister, your uncle. Just make them while they're alive, while you're alive. My mom, I've spent some time with her, and we've laughed, and we, shared a couple stories here and there, and I watch a movie with her, and I know that she is grateful that I've become the man that I've become. She tells me all the time. She calls me, she texts me, she prays over me. Almost every morning she sends me a text, and even at night before she sleeps. And I am grateful for that too. I love her so much. I haven't showed her the respect that she deserves as a mom. And I apologize to her for that, and I apologize even now. I'm not perfect, but I'm striving to be. Right now, I have a relationship with Jessica, who we've only been with each other for 7 months, guys, and every time everyone sees the way that we interact with each other on video, and even when you see us in person, everybody says it's almost like you guys been together for years. Well, not true, guys. I met Jessica exactly 7 months in the month of March, and we're about to go into the month of we're in the month of October right now. So yes, it's been 7 months. We had a good time last night. We had date night. It was great. I love her so much. Guys, the relationship that me and her hasn't been perfect. We've gone through our issues, but we have God in front of us, and we're hoping that with God before us, who can come against us? I hope to make her my wife someday. She's great, and I am so blessed to have met her and spend the time that we've spent together. Guys, take the time. Take the time to spend time with your family members, with your family, or with your relationship that you have. Be blessed. And I'm going to leave you guys with Ephesians 5:21. It says, submitting to one another out of reverence for Christ. That's what you got to do, guys. Submit. Submit to your friends. Submit to your family member. Submit to your spouse, to your girlfriend, to your brother, cousin, dad, or mother. Apologize. Start a new relationship from today. Move forward from the animosity. Forget about it. It is not important. Life is short, guys. Life is short, and we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I hope you guys have a great Sunday. I appreciate you guys, as always, taking the time and watching my videos. I pray that this word today is of a blessing to you guys. And as always, be blessed. You are blessed. I am blessed. Bless someone today and just say, God loves you. I'll see you guys in the next one.